Hey all, this is Julie, Gen 111 Farm. Just want to give you guys a quick update of where we're at. This is one of our beds. We're getting ready for our first CSA boxes and bags to go out next week. So we're doing some final transplants, getting things in the ground that are some later seasons, mid and late season stuff. And yeah, so I think we got plenty of garlic this year. We didn't plant enough last year, and you really can't have too much garlic. So we tripled what we planted, and I'm really excited about it. It's coming along nice. Some of them are starting to form the scapes, which is fantastic. If you've never had garlic scapes, think green onions, but taste like garlic. I wanted to show you this. Look at all this lettuce. We didn't plant a single seed. This is all lettuce that came up from last year. I let it go to seed last year, just as a test. And I am pleased with the outcome of that test. So this will be great. So we get some bonus lettuce in the boxes. We're getting the tomato transplants up and in. Right now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 varieties that I know of. And I've got some other volunteer tomatoes in the garden that I'm just gonna toss in here with the others. I did that last year too, and it worked out really well. Squash, cucumbers, zucchini, those are the peas. I learned last year that they need an 8-foot trellis as well. They went over my 5-foot and it was a mess. So I went for the 8-foot post for them again this year, and I think that'll work out really well. The posts, Menards, you know, $4.50, $5 a piece, and these are the 8-foot heavy duty. And then the trellis material, if you've never seen this before, it's just a polypropylene, and the brand is Hortonova, and it's trellis net. That's it. You can get about 250 feet of it for $40. Cut it to the lengths that you need, and you're good. Dan's tractor. One thing that I really, in addition to the lettuce, something else that I really like about heirloom and organic seed, which is all we use here, is the surprises you get from the past years. Those 3 squash plants are from last year, and they came up all by themselves. So I've got some Swiss chard that came up in random places. That's great. This bed has broccoli, cabbage, cauliflower, and ground cherries. I'll move those squash to their appropriate bed later, but for right now they're good where they're at. Oh, these are great. Look at the cauliflower is really coming up nice. And they're a little bit bigger over on that side. I'm really hoping that the ground cherries ripen this year. We didn't have a good year for it last year. And as a bonus, I've got a lot more ground cherries to choose from. And honestly, I think these are in better condition than the ones that I got to transplant. So these, again, are just from last year, from fruit that fell on the ground and they reseeded itself. So I'm really excited about that. And the tomato. There it is. So any of these bigger ones like this that I find, ooh, there's another big one. I'll put those right into the tomato beds and they'll go right along with the transplants. I do not have good luck in growing my own transplanted tomatoes. I may just give up on it, honestly, because I get enough in the garden that reseeds itself that I don't think I'm gonna bother with it much anymore. These are all potatoes, if you couldn't tell. Dan just did some more in, so we've got it kind of in 3 stages of the potatoes. Green beans surround it. I've got green beans all over the garden. This is the mesclun. Radishes are down over there. I've got new turnips going in over there. So we've got the lettuce, the mustard, and the turnips. A lot of turnips came up. Those things, you just can't kill them. They're awesome. I love them. And then just our own personal little bed. If you look beyond the thistles, because I can't get rid of those stupid things, strawberries. We've got 3 different kinds of strawberries in this bed here, and Dan has planted them throughout in other areas as well. So the kids come in here and they just eat them up, and they're great. We've got some everbearing and some June bearing. I'm gonna see if I can find one in here. That one's not ready. I think the kids pretty well cleaned it out, actually. Oh, here. That's a little better. These ones are my favorite. They're called Sparkle, and they're so good. They have a tangy aftertaste. So if you get to choose your strawberry varieties from anywhere, go for Sparkle. They're fantastic. So that's what we've got. Everything's coming along. We'll have everything, the shares ready Monday and Tuesday next week, and we'll see what we get. Thanks.